Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, good afternoon, dear sisters and brothers. Thank you very much for joining us today in this great afternoon. Inshallah, today we'll have a guest lecture from Istanbul University in Turkey. Unfortunately, I'm still waiting for his attendance so far, and I have already shared the address of this Zoom meeting, but unfortunately, maybe he's still preparing the forum for this afternoon this afternoon meeting. So in the meanwhile, perhaps we can discuss a bit, about this topic before. Meanwhile, waiting for his attendance. Okay, dear sisters and brothers. Oke, pakai bahasa Indonesia dulu aja ya, biar lebih familiar sebelum kita mulai. Baik, ini kelas moneter semua ya? Atau ada yang kelas lain? Moneter semua ya ini? Ada yang bukan kelas moneter? Ada? Oke, tidak ada, berarti saya asumsikan ini semua kelas moneter. Baik, teman-teman sekalian, pada hari ini kita akan diskusi, ya, we will discuss about the issue on Islamic capitalism and finance, origin, evolution, and the future. Yeah. So this topic is quite interesting in regard on the situation whereby Islamic finance seems to be the peculiar topic and distinguished topic that everybody wants to discuss and study so far. And this topic basically is taken from the books written by Dr. Murad Cicakra. So if I can show with you the book. Okay, just wait for a while. Okay. Ya, makasih. So this one is the book, basically that we want to discuss today. Yeah, this is about Islamic capitalism and finance, origin, evolution, and others. So this book actually written in 2015 by Murad Cicakra, the distinguished professors from Turkey. And this book is quite expensive and not freely downloaded. So we can read this book only by purchasing the book. And this book basically comprises of around 13 chapters. Yeah, 13 chapters. So and fortunately, this book is reviewed by our distinguished speaker today, Dr. Buerhan. So this book comprises of 13 chapters. If you want to see a little bit, you can just look for and searching through the website and then just take some note from this book. And this book is basically started from the idea of the value system behind the institutions. So you see that if you look and if you read from the title, Islamic capitalism seems to be the Islam is quite close with the capitalism. So it seems to be Islam or Islamic principles or Islamic values or Islamic economics is connected with the capitalisms. So if you discuss a little bit about the capitalism, actually the idea of capitalism has been promoted in the West during the 17th or 16th period, whereby at the moment the Western tries to colonize the countries and other islands, so that the capitalism tries to accumulate the wealth, from the colonized countries. And this capitalism seems to be negatively stigmatized, in some references, because capitalism seems to have the ability to make the wealth just concentrated in one hand, or in small numbers of people, and then ignore the other part of the people. So this book started from this first chapter by criticizing the value systems behind the institution. What Islam actually wants to propose, whereby Islam tries to promote the Sharia compliance, or the Sharia principles, or Sharia based. Maybe you quite a little bit confusing about these two terms, about Islamic Sharia principles and Sharia compliance. Sharia compliance means that the Islamically modified conventional banking or conventional counterparts. So just try to link and match, just try to adopt some principles in conventional system and then try to Islamize it through some institutional structures. But if you talk about Islamic base, it is the really Sharia principles or values that coming from the Islamic tenets, or Islamic principles, or Islamic economics and finance in reality. So these two terms have evolved, and then make the Islamic capitalism to be interesting to be discussed. And chapter 2, if you look at from this book, dear sisters, while waiting for the speaker, focus on the basic principles and axiom of Islamic capitalism. So what is Islamic capitalism basically is, from these books. So the second chapter will focus on that, and the second chapter try to elaborate how the connection between the principles, the basic principle, and also the axiom of Islamic capitalism. And the next one, the chapter 3, the author touches on entrepreneur financing and medieval Islamic business partnership. So in the third chapter, if you look at from this book, tries to discuss about the Islamic partnership contracts, such as Mudarabah, Musyarakah, and other Islamic partnership in Islamic banking and finance. And the chapter 4 covers the evolution of medieval Islamic business partnership in the Islamic world and the West. How this book tries to elaborate the two important derivative of partnership contracts, namely Mudarabah and expanded Itnan. So how these two partnership contract are implemented in the world, in current world, and also the West. And the chapter 5, this book studies about the classical sources of Islam. How the Islamic sources such as Quran and prophetic traditions talk about commerce and what institutions have emerged as a result of this teaching of Islamic history. So try to elaborate what Quran and Sunnah tries to elaborate and discuss the issues. And chapter 6 from this book discusses the emergency of a fundamental component of public finance. So to what extent the government is allowed to borrow, in the context of public interest. So this chapter 6 will elaborate how can the government of Islamic country borrow much needed funds. So in Islam, the government is allowed to borrow, but to what extent this borrow is the important borrowing or the highly needed fund from the public in an environment where the interest-bearing loan transactions are prohibited by Sharia. So you are allowed to borrow, but not using the prohibited transaction by Sharia. Yeah. And chapter 7, this book tries to elaborate the tools of voluntary redistribution of wealth. Just now you has heard about the previous speakers about the wakaf and zakah. Yeah? How these social tools of Islam have contributed much in order to improve and alleviate some problems of Islamic words such as poverty, inequality, yeah, and others. And chapter 9 here, this book tries to elaborate the evolution of modern Islamic banking. So if you have already understood the current practices of Islamic bank, so this book basically tries to make some explanation has been transferred covers that one. Chapter 8, chapter 10, yeah. So this book also touch the tax, about the tax system, yeah, discuss about the tax system. What the tax system here under Islamic principles, yeah, to what extent the tax is allowed and then implemented in order to finance the government public financing or expenditures. Yeah. And the next one is the chapter 12, chapter 11. Here provide the historical background of takaful, yeah, takaful or Islamic insurance. Just now, if you heard from the previous speakers, he discussed about how the takaful or Islamic insurance can also be integrated in the concept of Islamic microfinance. Yeah, so Islamic microfinance, Islamic takaful, and also human resources are part and parcel in order to improve the ability of Islamic microfinance in promoting the skills of the businesses. And the chapter 12 here, this book also discuss about the Islamic Pilgrimage Fund. Yeah, so Islamic Pilgrimage Funds, to what extent the pilgrimage, Haji, yeah, has been accumulated in terms of the fund and also being used in order to improve the quality of the Hajj year by year. So he took the example of the Tabung Haji in Malaysia that has been had success story so far in order to improve some facilities during the Hajj of the Malaysian pilgrimage. And the chapter 13 here, he discussed lately about the how the here the gold dinar here, yeah, the gold dinar or the Islamic money or commodity money here is being used in order to mitigate or reduce the potential riba, yeah, in the transactions. And the last chapter, the 14th chapter is about Maqasid al-Sharia, the objective of Islam. So all in all, he noticed that all the Islamic fund or capitalism that conducted in Islam must be in line with the achievement of the Maqasid al-Sharia or the objective of Sharia. So there are 5. Yeah, so here the last one, the chapter 15, he tries to examine the venture capital, yeah, how the businesses is introduced by using the Islamic venture capitals. Right? So dear sisters and brothers, from this just snapshot of this book review, actually we can notice that the Islamic capitalism basically is the avenues, the way how to accumulate the wealth, how to accumulate the money in order to be given back to the society, yeah, or in the Islamic society in other forms. So we try to make the accumulated wealth here is in line with the Islamic principles. In the meanwhile, the government here tries to provide the facilities, infrastructures, so that the current practices of Islamic banking and finance is not merely as the Islamic compliance, but also in the end, we are going to go to the Islamic based. Yeah. Okay. So I have been talking for 15 minutes, but there's no any information so far. Let me just have 5 minutes, yeah, to contact him personally. So I'm sorry, make you wait for quite a little bit time. So I will just call him, yeah, directly to phone call. So I will let you know what the decision will be, whether this speaker is available or not. Yeah, because based on my latest conversation with him, the speakers agreed to have a discussion with us at 3:30 p.m. Indonesian time. Yes, because he is now sitting in the Turkey, whereby it has around maybe how many hours? Maybe 6 hours or 6 hours more, yeah, compared to Indonesia. So maybe we need to discuss a little bit more on that. Okay, this is this. Let me give another minute, yeah, to talk with him. Sorry for being waiting. Waalaikumsalam. Mohon disambungkan ke Turki bisa Ibu? Nomornya plus 90 531 864 5098. Iya, iya, makasih Ibu. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. This is Dr. Burhan. Yes, I'm Dr. Dimas from Indonesia, Doctor. Yeah, so fine, alhamdulillah. So I just send you the notification of the discussion today, isn't it? So, okay. Okay, so Doctor, actually, I'm so sorry because according to our conversation last time, the discussion would be at 3:30 p.m. Indonesian time, isn't it? Yeah, so Indonesia right now, by the way, has been 4 p.m. Yeah, so Indonesia right now has been 4 p.m. So now you're waiting for your attendance. No, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Doctor. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, doctor. Maybe we can rearrange the discussion on you talk in the email last time whether on Monday or Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, Okay, I will try to rearrange again, and will be get back to you. Yes, only for this week. Only for this week. Only once. Okay, so Wednesday about 3:30 until 5 p.m. Indonesian time. Okay, so actually what time there, doctor? In Turkey, what time now, doctor? Oh, 12. 12 means, yeah, it has 5 hours difference in it. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, so we are heading compared to Turkey. So we have 5 hours quicker. Yeah, yes, right. Okay, Dr. Burhan. No. Okay, doctor. Okay. Okay, doctor. So thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Oh yeah, okay for this week. Okay, thank you. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Baik, teman sekalian, masih bersama saya di sana? Baik, baik ya. Barusan saya sudah diskusi dengan beliau, Dr. Buerhan. Ya, nampaknya memang ada apa ini? Ada miskomunikasi ya dengan beliau. Beliau menganggapnya jam 4 itu waktunya adalah waktu dia, ya, karena sudah kita beritahu sebelumnya. Ya. Ada perbedaan waktu 4 jam antara Indonesia dan Turki, ya. Nah, sehingga beliau sekarang posisinya lagi di luar, ya, belum bisa bergabung dengan kita. Namun insya Allah akan di-reschedule kembali, ya, di hari Rabu, ya, tanggal 14 April, ya. Jamnya juga jam 3:30, ya. Oke, teman-teman sekalian. Karena berhubung Dr. Buerhan tidak bisa, ini semuanya kelas moneter atau ada kelas lain tidak? Atau dari mahasiswa IPIF juga bergabung ya? Baik, kalau seandainya ini bergabungan dari berbagai macam kelas, ya, barangkali kita postpone ya kelas kita pada hari ini di hari Rabu bagi yang memang memungkinkan, ya. Silakan nanti bisa bergabung kembali, dan ini memang ada miskomunikasi dengan beliau. Saya personally mohon maaf atas ketidaknyamanan Anda, ya, semoga berkenan dan yang 3:30, ya. Kamu Anda yang bergabung itu saja saya kira untuk hari ini, ya. Mohon maaf atas ketidaknyamanan ini. Terima kasih. Kita jumpa lagi di hari Rabu jam 3:30 dengan beliau. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Mohon maaf
wabarakatuh.
sebelumnya kalau sekalian, mohon maaf sebelumnya.
Terima kasih ya Pak.